Hello, everybody, and welcome to Karen's Stamp Pad. My name is Karen. Today, I wanted to come on and show you some more simple stamping and how to step it up just a notch. So, we will be doing 3 cards, and before I get into that, what I wanted to do was tell you that if you like or see any videos or pictures that you like and maybe want to try stamping, now is the time to sign up. Stampin' Up just announced a sale. So uh, there's a starter kit package, and you sign up to become a demonstrator. The package is $135, no shipping, no taxes, and you can choose $165 worth of product. That's the normal um, sign up deal. This month, they have until the end of the month, they have a deal on where you can get $165 worth of product, but only pay $100. No taxes, no shipping. And I've never seen a deal like this with Stampin' Up before. But anyway, if you would like to take that leap after you sign up, then any orders after your starter kit, you get a 20% discount. So if you want to head to my store, the link is below, and please use the November host code um, and sign up. So I think that's about all the news I have for today, and so let's get stamping. I'm going to be using the Nature's Harvest stamp set with dies, and we are going to start off with a simple project. So simple stamping. I'm going to pull in my cardstock, and let me just grab some grid paper so I don't make a mess of my table. Okay, so what I've done is I've cut out some very vanilla cardstock, and I also have some oh my gosh I can't even think of the name of it. Sorry. Crumb Cake. Oh my goodness. That was just my mind went blank. Some Crumb Cake cardstock. So it's the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper cut in half at 5.5, and we scored at 4.25. Okay, and the very vanilla, I have cut at 4 inches by 5.25, and I'm just going to stamp on that. And I am going to use, because my Crumb Cake ink pad and I had a disagreement last night, and it's in the garbage. So I need to order a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp with soft suede, and I'm going to start just by inking up and then I'm going to stamp off so I get a lighter version. And that almost looks like the Crumb Cake. Okay. There we go, with a different stamp. And I'm going to put my sentiment on. So my sentiment says, sending healing thoughts. May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. And I have Okay, I'm going to pull this a little closer so I can line it up. I have somebody I have to send this out to. So I thought that was pretty fitting. Okay. Now there's a background stamp. I'm just going to put a few, going to ink off so it's not so dark. And there we have it. So that's all I'm going to do for this very simple stamping. Okay, and I am going to attach that with my glue. Now if you want, you can take another piece of the very vanilla cardstock and put it on the inside, or you can just stamp directly on the crumb cake. So there's number one. So the second card, we're going to do exactly the same thing. And there we go. And I'm not going to stamp my sentiment on here. What I'm going to do to step it up a little bit is I am going to run it through with my embossing folder, and I am using the 3D Scripty embossing folder. So there's just some words. It's pretty neat. So I've already gone ahead and done that, so you don't have to watch me emboss. Okay. So what I wanted to do with this one was, instead of stamping the background, the Scripty embossing folder is my background, and I am taking a blending brush, which Stampin' Up! Sells. I'm going to use my soft suede, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to blend the background. And as you can see, the words, I think, you can see, start to show up a little better. So when you put your brush in there, just stamp off a little bit, rub it off, start on the paper, otherwise you end up with big blobs of ink on your card. There we go. Okay. There. You'll be able to see it better. Okay, so now I'm going to pull in my crumb cake. I've cut a piece of soft suede. I'm going to attach that as well. And then I'm going to cut this down to size. We're just a little bit big. Okay, and I'm going to attach that on there. spots. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so what I've done as well is, instead of embossing the sentiment on the top, I have stamped it and cut it out. And I'm just going to use some dimensionals to pop it up. Okay, let's just put it that way. Now I could just go over it so it blends in with everything else. There we go. Not so stark white. All right, and the other thing that I could do is to, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is put some ribbon underneath. So I'm just going to pull this up carefully. Let's see how that looks. A little big. A little long. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Not a fan. So we're just going to leave that. All right, there's 2 cards. And for the last one, let's step it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, I've already stamped and embossed with this card. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit less of this on, because we're going to step it up in other ways. There we go. So just a little bit of blending with the blending brush. And I have used the dies and my little mini box, as it's being called. Okay, so I took some early espresso cardstock, some very vanilla, and I have stamped and then cut out using the dies. So it's pretty simple. Let me just show you. Grab a scrap piece of paper here. Okay. Good. This one I haven't done. Put that on. This little machine is great. For just working on your desk. Put that out of the way. And there we have it. Use my take your pick tool so I can punch it out. There we go. So that's how that works. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this card is I am going to, let's just start putting it together. So I'm doing exactly the same as before using my crumb cake. I'm going to put some soft suede. Just a little bit smaller, 1/4 of an inch on each side, or on the top and the side, smaller. And we will put that down and center it so it is a little bit smaller, but see how it kind of pops with the darker color in the background. Okay, and so I've die cut some pieces that I think I'm going to pop this up. Get my mini dimensionals so they don't show. Okay. Now one more. There we go. Take the backs off, have the backing off the dimensionals, and let's put that right there over top of where we've stamped. We will cut. It matches the page. Here we are. And then, so I think I've cut pretty much one of everything in the die set. Could put that there. Let's just figure out where we're gonna place everything. I don't want too much, so. Okay, cut some of this off. Fits a little better. Yeah, I think I like that there. Okay. Glue it down. You know, you place it wherever you like. There. Okay. What I'm going to do is put just a block on there to hold it down. Okay. Now, do I want this one? Yeah. Darker. And that one might be too much. I'm going to glue that down. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put my sentiment on. So I'm going to stamp that. I've die cut this. I probably should have stamped it first. Make sure it's straight. Ha! Yeah. Make sure it's straight. Let's try one more time. All right. Oh, perfect. Who would have thought? Okay. Now I'm just going to use my blending brush. I'm going to put that on with dimensionals again, pop it up a bit. So sorry I was late starting. I was supposed to do a 1 o'clock start, but we have a pregnant dog, and today was my guess that she was going to go into labor, and she has started nesting, and I think within the next 24 to 48 hours we should have some puppies. So pretty exciting. So I just had to make sure she was okay, and okay, back to this ribbon. Let's try maybe a bow this time. Now that I've cut pieces off, it's shorter than I'd like. Okay. Sticky fingers. You know, I've got those, and let's close this up. Done with that. I have some gilded or brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Let's actually doesn't look too bad. So just use a smaller one. So okay, and do I or don't I put a ribbon? Can't seem to cut today either. All right. I mean, you're not going to find a ribbon in the middle of a flower patch, but I kind of like it. So I think for now I'm going to use my glue dots, and I'm going to adhere that on, and I'm going to sit back and take a look at it and see what I think. I don't know, it might change my mind, but the nice thing is it's not going to, I can pull the glue dot off. Okay. There we go. So here's our 3 cards. Just clear some space. So very simple stamping, right? Stepped up just a notch, and stepped up with some embellishments and die cutting. And I don't know, I think they all look quite nice. So, depending on your level and how you're starting out, you can, and your supply list, I guess, too, right? If you just have stamps and paper, then away you go with a simple one. If you have an embossing machine, a big a scissors die cut machine, then you can emboss the background here and cut that out, and then you can step it up even more. So let me know in the comments which one you like the best, and your thoughts. And if you're interested, just check everything out in my store, on my online store. And thanks for joining me. And I will see you next week. And hopefully, then I'll give you some good news about some puppies and maybe even be able to show you some. So, bye for now.